Hello, Shalom Aleichem. Once again, here we have, this is a nice, interesting Sefer. This is Sefer Meil, Shmuel. V'hu kitzur mafteach Sefer Shnei Luchos HaBris. This is a consolidation, it's a shortening of the Shnei Luchos HaBris. V'tichabdo bo mikubadim ohavei chachma Viduyim Heichinu Yisuda Begam Chakru. Let's see, who is this by? This is Shel Aharon Mezake Esarabim Aaron. Mezake Esarabim. Mezake Esarabim means somebody that gives a lot of good zechusim to everybody. He makes people do mitzvos. Mezakes Rabbim, he graces a lot of people with goodness. Shmuel David Ontolingo. Okay. This is from Bragadin. Okay, anyway, let's take a look. I saw this has interesting things, interesting items here. Divrei Torah. Hakdama Samachaber, Yiru es Hashem Kidoshav, Ki ein machsor li reyav. Those that fear Hashem, His Holy One should fear Hashem. Ki ein machsor li reyav. Ki ein machsor li reyav. Because this is something that makes them kosher and good. Li reyav, those that fear Him. Oh, this is like a play on words, because it says Yiru es Hashem Kidoshav. Those that fear Hashem should His Holy One should fear Hashem. Ki ein machsor li reyov, because there is no, those that fear Him don't have any lacking. But he over here is saying Ki ein machsor li reyov. Because this is something that makes them very machshor. It makes them kosher. The fear of Hashem. It's an interesting play on words. This is Hador Atem Ra'u Miflaos Tamim Deim. You will see wonders, the things that those of perfect knowledge. Choras Sha'ashuim Tur Vinoim Tur. Vinoim means something that's beautiful. Shem V'Sha'eris, those that are left. Poel Milas Tehilas Gedulas. Rabbi Yeshaya Halevi Chassid. That's from the Rabbi Yeshaya Halevi. He's the one that wrote Baal Shnei Luchos HaBris. Asher Noda Shemo Basha'arim Kol Morim. So this is on the Sefer of Rabbi Yeshaya Halevi, the Shnei Luchos HaBris, the two tablets of the bris, of the covenant. He wrote Rabbi Yeshaya Horowitz, Rabbi Yeshaya Halevi. He wrote the Shnei Luchos HaBris. So this is on that Sefer. So, okay. These are more Dini Hanhogos Adam Baboker. This is when a person gets up in the morning, what should be done. Oberchos HaShachar, the davening in the morning, saying the brachos to Hashem in the Beshachar in the morning, Hilchos Tefillin, halachos of Tefillin. I saw something very interesting here. This is very interesting. Very important. A word of advice. Lo yashlech shum cheshbon yoshon. Somebody should not throw away any old cheshbonos, any old figurations of let's say debts or other things like that. Afal pi shenecheshav v'nifra hakol. Even though one might have thought that everything is paid off, ve'ein yotzei ato mizeh hacheshbon, and nothing will be counted anymore from this particular cheshbon, from this klum, mikol makom. In other words, you think that it's all paid up and everything, but don't throw away the paper that it's written on, klum, mikol makom. Nevertheless, lo yushlach, you shouldn't throw it away. Elo yehei moneach b'makom mutzna. You should keep it in a place, in a hidden place, or a place that's you have prepared for it. Don't throw away your old cheshbonos, your old figurations of debts and things like that. Ki mi yodeya ma yulad yom, because who knows what the next day will bring. Could be somebody will, a question will be called upon this debt, and you'll have to answer for it, God forbid. So if you have all your papers, one can defend oneself in a better way. Bi'ula yavo eis shetzorech lahochiach eize dovar mitocho, because perhaps you might have to lahochiach, you'll have to prove something from these papers. So in other words, don't throw away all of your old papers. This is Hilchos Masa Umatan Be'emunah. This is the halachos of doing business be'emunah, in faith. V'tzedakah. Let's see. Oh, okay, here's something else. One moment. Lo yifazer ha'adam lorik. One shouldn't spend one's money, in other words, like a spendthrift, just throwing away your money, God forbid. You should v'shelo letzorech. In other words, you should, when you have money, don't just spend it like this without thinking about it. Over makom mitzvah kigon b'tzedakah uveshar mitzvos hatzaluyos b'maos. However, when you want to do a mitzvah, a mitzvah comes in front of you to do, for instance, tzedakah, charity, uveshar mitzvos hatzaluyos b'maos, all other mitzvos that have to do with money, kigon liknos rav v'chaver v'svarim. In other words, you have to get a rabbi, either for yourself or for your children, v'chaver, or somebody to learn with you or to help you learn Torah. It's a mitzvah even to hire a chaver, a friend, to learn with you divrei Torah. V'sefarim yihyeh vatran gadol. So, all right. So, in other words, you should be able to spend for that. For that, you should be able to spend. V'yad rabba, just the opposite. Kol mitzvah shekone yoter b'yoker harizeh me'ula. But for a mitzvah, if you pay even more for it, that's even better. V'ein lehaniach shum mitzvah b'tevel domeho. V'ein lehaniach shum mitzvah b'shvil domeho. You shouldn't abandon any mitzvah because it might cost too much money to do. U'belavad shelo yevazveiz yoter mechomesh. You shouldn't spend more than a fifth of your income on this mitzvah. In other words, a fifth is the limit. So Rabban Gamliel kono esrog bi'elav zuz. Rabban Gamliel acquired an esrog for Sukkos for 1,000 zuz. Yafal pi sheyoshav perish Rashi al the Amrina, and even though Rashi said on what we said on this saying, B'bava Kama Parak Kuf, Baba Kama Parakuf be Hidur Mitzvah. Hidur Mitzvah means what you should try to do a mitzvah in the best possible way. Be Hidur Mitzvah ad Shalish mitzvah until a third of one's income in a mitzvah, but still we say until a fifth of the income, and you have to anyway be careful with how much money one spends anyway. Operish Rashi she'im motze Sefer Torah. Oh, she'im motze. Oh, okay. That if you find she'im motze shnei Sifrei Torah, that if you find the two Sifrei Torah, shnei Sifrei Torah, samachtes, two Sifrei Torah, likach echad hodor mechavero. You should get the one that's better than its other. You should get the better of the two Sifrei Torah. Yosef shalish hadamim v'yokeach hahidur. You should get the better one, even if it's like a third more. V'hishiguhu the im kain ein ledavar suf, but v'hishiguhu. But they said the im kain. If you do it this way, ein ledavar suf. There's no end to the matter. Shaliolam yimtza noim yoter. You'll always find something better than the others. O perish. He explains the kavanos. Rashi who the kavana. What Rashi has in mind who. Davka be'eis sherotze liknos esrog. Specifically, when one wants to find a good esrog, v'keyotze, or something else, maybe, or like a Sefer Torah, of course. Yikaneh b'yoker hayoter mohudar. You should get the better one, which is the nicer one, even if it's more expensive. Aval im kvar kona esrog kosher ein tzarich lachazor achar hayoter mohudar. However, if you have already aval im kvar kona esrog kosher, if you have already acquired an esrog that's kosher, ein tzarich lachazor achar hayoter mohudar. If you have already bought an esrog that's kosher, and there's another esrog that is better, you don't have to go and search for the better one. And in other words, if you have one that's already kosher, then you just stick with that one. So this is the Sefer of 1 moment. This is the Sefer of Meil Shmuel. This is the Kitzur. It's a compendium of the Shnei Luchos HaBris. It's on the Shnei Luchos HaBris of Rev Yeshaya Halevi Horowitz. Hilchos Derech Eretz v'Hanhagos Tovos. Hilchos Derech Eretz v'Hanhagos Tovos. This is Derech Eretz is the right way to act. V'Hanhagos Tovos. Other good ways to do things. So this has different Torah on all of these subjects. Hilchos Rosh Chodesh, the halachos of Rosh Chodesh. Hilchos Yom Kippurim, the halachos of Yom Kippur. So this is a very beautiful Sefer from. This is the Sefer of. Here we go. Ontologia Shmuel, Meil Shmuel, Meil Shmuel. Here we go. Here, let's take a look over here. This is the Sefer Meil Shmuel. Here we go. Okay, thank you very much for watching once again. Thank you. Kol Tov and Hatzlacha Rabbah. Seid gesund.